Like, is this really where you want to be at? Is this where you're working towards? And if I feel like maybe not, especially with bigger ticket items that are in the luxury department, I have to ask myself, you know what? Like, hey there, my handsome and pretty little Cobras, and welcome back to the Cobra's Nest. For those of you who are new, my name is Mignon Cobra and I make minimalism videos. So today's minimalism video, which is actually a true minimalism video, I'm going to be talking about 3 things that have been really helping me get off my like kind of semi-shopping addiction that I've kind of sort of developed. I hate to admit that, but in my year of abundance, I've been doing my best to kind of cull down the shopping. So I have 3 things that have been helping me, and maybe this might help somebody else out who's been thinking they want to be a little bit more financially responsible. This is by no means saying like I don't shop, like I do shop, but I figured it's working for me and I wanted to share that with you guys. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. Let's get it. Let's go. Woo. Coming in at number 1, asking myself, is this the best that I could do? So that's something that has really helped me because I think I have mentioned in videos, I struggle with dupes. If I see a dupe, sometimes like I will go for the dupe, and like it's a mistake that I still haven't learned my lesson from. I think the first time I realized I had this issue was with the UGG slippers, the scruffettes. I bought many dupes before I finally pulled the trigger on the reel. So like, and then I started kind of doing this with the Van Cleef necklaces too. I would see the Rachel Zoe one, and I think I have like 3, maybe even 4. I don't want to count. I'm not in a place where I feel comfortable pulling the trigger on a Van Cleef. I know that there are some of the more affordable Van Cleefs coming in at like $1,900, but somehow part of me is like, because I have a lot of like real gold. As a Latino, for my fellow Latinos, you guys know that gold is where it's at. I have a lot of actual solid gold pieces. So I feel like the gold that you get with Van Cleefs is just like, I'm like, kinda can't justify it. So I find myself buying dupes, and it's like I've had to kind of put my foot down and remind myself, can I do better than this? And I use that example to kind of illustrate in areas that I have been really successful with in terms of like makeup. I don't buy dupes of makeup anymore, which thank God. Kind of learned through experience as well too. Like I would buy this dupe, that dupe of lippies, and I realized it actually just came out cheaper to buy the real. So in that sense, I kind of did learn the lesson that dupes is not where it's at. So now I'm just trying to apply that with items of a big ticket item. I just tell myself, you don't need the clutter. The dupe doesn't scratch the itch. Just don't do it. Think a little bit harder. Think it might be more satisfying to save up and just get the real, even if it takes you longer. So that is something that I'm working through, and something that's helping me is to ask myself, like, will the dupe scratch the itch, or is the dupe just not it, and just save up for the real? So asking myself, can I do better? Okay, coming in at number 2, do you really want to add more clutter? So one of the negative side effects of going hard on the shopping in these past couple like months, maybe even year or so, was kind of like realizing like these material possessions do actually take up space. So I've kind of had to ask myself the question of like, okay, do you really need that extra clutter? Is that really worth it? Like the clutter isn't fun. Like yes and no. Like I do like some of the clutter, and the clutter does make me feel like I'm living in like a world of abundance, but it's also kind of gotten to the point where sometimes the clutter is just like really annoying to like take care of and clean. So I've kind of had to ask myself that as a criterion when I shop now, is like, do you really want to add this to your clutter? And that has kind of helped stave off some purchases where it's like, I think that's just going to be clutter at this point. Like, I think I already have 1 or 2 that does the trick. Like, unless I absolutely love it, I'm just like, I'm going to pass because I just don't want to deal with the clutter. Okay, and then coming in at number 3, think of the wealth building journey. So that's something that actually has helped me a lot. Is actually to just be blunt with myself, like stop being stupid with money. That is something that might be not the tough love I would give to other people, because I am always so hesitant to give others tough love, which is why I always use the examples that I use with myself as the kind of advice that I would share with others, because that's what helps me a lot. So why am I standing so close to the thing? So something that has helped me a lot is like telling myself, like, if you buy this, like, are you helping propel yourself forward in your wealth building journey? Like, is this really where you want to be at? Is this where you're working towards? And if I feel like maybe not, especially with bigger ticket items that are in the luxury department, I have to ask myself, you know what, like, think this through, sleep on it, see how you feel. Is this really going to add value to your life? Is this a trend item? Is it something that you really want, or could you like do without it? And or sometimes even just telling myself like honest things, like, if you didn't buy this, you just have so much more in the bank. And I feel like that strategy has really taken me quite far. I'm definitely very financially comfortable because of the really tight, disciplined financial years that I had in the past, where I wouldn't buy this and that. I would just save. And I really did see that. Like, I know a lot of people are like, earn more, don't save. Like, there's a lot of like financial advice out there, but something that has really served me a lot was to just be like, not stupid with my money, make money and save money. money has actually been very effective. Like it's really that simple. Like not spending my money meant I had more money. So that's something that's really helped me a lot in terms of like curbing my shopping. I don't want to say addiction. That's not the right word. I feel like addiction is when you go into debt or your finances have been devastated. My finances are fine. It's just more kind of like, as a minimalist, I feel like I have a different perspective on shopping. When I shop, I feel like I do definitely deal with a lot of minimalism guilt, more so I think maybe than the average shopper. By no means will I ever return to extreme minimalism. That was not the most fun of experiences, but I do try to remind myself that when I was frugal and disciplined, my finances were in a good place, and I would love to see that again moving forward. So yeah, I hope that this could have helped anybody else out who is maybe, you know, taking into account their finances, or at the very least entertain you guys. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.